Hi, I'm Dave Corboy. I directed the Sector 42 trailer, and I also built the models and did many of the visual effects. In this video, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at the models and the compositing pipeline, as well as some of the visual effects for the trailer. There were 4 exterior sets in the trailer, in addition to the bridge set and the post-credits interior sets. All the models were built from scratch in Blender. The ship, the Artemis, was based on a design I received from the 3 girls drawn on a napkin that looked like these 3 views here. And this is how it turned out in 3D, so they seemed to have some good vision for what they wanted. The ship was built using a mirrored subdivision surface mesh and uses a core cycle shader to produce the slightly prismatic reflective paint scheme. It also has a bump map, decal texture layers, exterior lighting detail, and then a glow and glare effect added in the final image processing. The bridge set was the first concept to come together and provides the almost 180 degrees of set needed for the various camera angles both inside the set and looking in from outside the ship. Because of the need for the actors to interact with various layers of the virtual set, we did all the compositing in Blender. Virtual cameras inside the set were matched to the real camera positions and captured the empty 3D set. The masked frames of the actors were positioned and layered over the set background. Any foreground elements, such as a computer panel between the actors and the camera, were rendered as separate transparent layers and composited over the top of the actors. For the interactive panels, we first tracked the positions of the actors' hands against a UV grid. This data was then used to create null tracking objects in After Effects. From there, we had to come up with creative animation that matched the finger positions and the storyline. Those frames were then exported from After Effects and brought back into Blender to be mapped onto the panels for the final result. The exterior asteroid field sets were built using a particle system to create the hundreds of tiny asteroids, and a vortex force simulation was used to put the asteroids into orbit around a central location. For the big opening shot, we had to put the live-action footage of the actors onto a plane that sat inside the tiny version of the virtual bridge set so that the camera could fly through the front window of the starship. The actor's plane actually moves vertically during the camera track to compensate for the parallax of the camera and keep the girls steady on the platform. The asteroid space station was created using a Z-paint technique where the surface detail is created simply as paint on a flat surface. The luminance of the paint is then used to deform the fine mesh of the model to create structural detail. A grainy video effect was used along with simulated camera shake to give the illusion of an image captured from a long distance away. We saved a lot of time by using traditional techniques such as forced perspective to make some of the simpler sets seem much more complete than they really were. I hope you enjoyed this look into the making of the Sector 42 trailer. Thanks for watching. I'm Dave Corboy, and I invite you to come check us out over at Cormerica.com.